Where you are, you're in the most populated city in the United Arab Emirates. I'm like, Bahir, don't buy, don't buy. The vendor turns to Bahir, says, do buy. So Bahir lost all his money, and his family disowned him, so we had to leave the country. So we went over to this small little country that borders Saudi Arabia and Iraq and the Persian Gulf. And shortly after we got there, Bahir was like, John, I want to start a business right here, right now. I said, Bahir, I'm not done with my world travels, so I have to get out of here. Bahir said, okay, it's okay, John. You can come back someday and we'll start it together. I don't need to start it right now. I know you need to get on your world travels, so I really want to start my business right now in this little country that borders Saudi Arabia and Iraq and the Persian Gulf. I really want to start it right now, but I could wait. So, yeah, I went off to Eastern Europe looking for a job, and I finally found one in Eastern Europe. I found a job in construction up there. I learned some interesting things about Eastern European construction. Do you know how you get a giant metal beam to the top of a skyscraper in Eastern Europe? Ukraine. Yeah, but I built my skyscraper and the job ran out, so I had to go find a new one. So I went a little further west, out to Germany actually. There's a region in southern Germany called Bavaria, which is world famous for the automobile industry that started there, which is called Bavarian Motor Works, or BMW. And I got a job at a BMW plant. And man, I fell in love with that German engineering. Those BMW cars, just fantastic. The BMW F3, the BMW F4, the BMW 5X, the BMW i8. Have you heard about the BMW i8?
Yes.
I'm still having indigestion. But I developed a bit of a gambling problem, so I had to get out of town. I had to get far out of town. Yeah, so I bought a one-way ticket all the way to Central Asia. You know why a gambler goes to Central Asia? To bet. Yeah. So, but I reformed actually. I did have to leave the country again, but I reformed. I went over to East Asia, and I started a Boy Scout troop there. I taught these kids all about leadership, service, integrity, camping, fires, pocket knives, lashing, using ropes to lash two things together, making knots and so forth. You know how you get a knot in East Asia, right? Taiwan. So, but pretty soon it came time to start my world travels again. So I took a sailboat all the way to Africa, and it was an old-fashioned sailboat, no motors. And I saw something on there. They did something that I couldn't believe. When we were, sometimes the problem with old-fashioned sailboats is sometimes the wind doesn't blow. So we were going through the ocean one day, and the wind stopped blowing, and I saw this group of sailors go over to the starboard side of the boat, and they lassoed a pair of whales. And then another group of sailors went over to the port side of the boat, and they lassoed another pair of whales. And then these two pairs of whales started dragging us through the ocean. You believe it? They called it four-whale drive. So by four-whale drive, we got all the way to Africa, and the southeastern coast of Africa. And I enrolled in school, and I learned some very interesting things about the automobile industry. As a matter of fact, some paradigm shifting information. As a child of the West, I was taught that Carl Benz created the first petroleum-powered automobile, and that Henry Ford championed the assembly line to bring the petroleum-powered automobile to the masses. And I learned that the white man is the only one to make a petroleum-powered automobile. But actually, off the southeastern coast of Africa, the Africans made a gas car. Thank you, good night.